He held up the blood-red dress like a trophy and shouted across the courtyard, "If you fit into this, I'll go to prom with you." 200 phones, one circle of hungry silence. My name is Sophie Chin, and in that moment, I learned something useful. Humiliation is just data. If you know how to store it, I looked at the dress, then at Tyler Hamilton's smile. The kind inherited along with dealerships and entitlement. I heard the laughter before it hit. "I accept," I said. The crowd exploded. He blinked like he'd expected me to shatter. I didn't. I folded the dress and put it in my backpack like a receipt. By the time number sign dress challenge hit 50,000 views, I was home. 3 monitors awake, hands steady. They saw a girl with baggy clothes and thick glasses. They didn't see the 156 IQ, the years of code, the librarian who taught me that knowledge is leverage. Tyler broadcasted from his father's country club, protein shakes and punchlines. Mission impossible. His friends laughed like well-fed hyenas. I didn't argue. I archived. I've had a complicated relationship with my body. Not vanity, survival. When I was 14, my father disappeared, leaving debt like a storm. I ate anxiety until it felt like armor. At 15, I discovered code, accidentally tripping a library system trying to extend due dates. The librarian didn't call the cops. He handed me a manual. "Power, used well, moves mountains," he said. I started freelancing as a ghost in the machine. It paid for groceries and a piece of my mother's smile. So when Tyler waved a size 2 dress and the school roared, I didn't chase approval. I chased proof. His password hygiene? Adorable. The kind money gives you. No, I won't say the string out loud. I don't teach crimes. Just know this. Arrogance leaves doors open and timestamps on everything. In a few hours, I had files that made the red dress look like a prop service records adjusted. Complaints buried. In 3 incidents with Tyler behind the wheel and a bottle behind the smile, quieted with donations and NDAs. At school, the countdown began. 41 days to the miracle, his story said. They left candy in my locker with notes about tents and elephants. I kept my eyes on my lunch and felt something click. The feeling you get when you spot a critical bug. Understand, plan, patch. That afternoon, I found an ally, Marcus Rivera, IT tech, ex-military, 1 leg shorter, 10 lives wiser. He'd seen me slip past unbreakable school security in 5 minutes during class. He didn't scold. He nodded. "You want to win?" he asked. "Stop playing on their field." He handed me a key to a forgotten room in the basement and a truth I've never forgotten. Digital justice isn't anger, it's patience, precision, and 3 backup plans. We didn't hack. We documented. We learned where systems keep their mirrors and how bullies pose in them when they think the room is empty. Tyler's followers grew. So did my archive. And at 5 a.m. each morning, I trained. Marcus's modified regimen, more grit than glamour. 4 weeks in, down 26 pounds, he said I could already fit the dress. I smiled. The dress is the stage, Marcus. The show is the truth. I gathered what mattered, not just posts and DMs, but patterns, not just insults, but intent. And then there was Amber Rodriguez, 16, bright, now in a wheelchair, because a Hamilton left a Christmas party drunk. There was money. There was silence. There was pain. I didn't want revenge. I wanted consequence. Prom night arrived like a chandelier. Bright, expensive, fragile Tyler in a $3,000 tuxedo. Parents filming the prince. He told his story. She didn't show. I win. I was already inside. Marcus had me in the control room. Audio, screens, cameras, the private stream for parents who couldn't attend. He checked comms. Once you press the button, there's no going back. I looked at myself. The red dress fit. My hair behaved. For the first time in years, I felt not smaller, but precise. Tyler turned my pain into content, I said. I'm returning the format. Long form. The slideshow flickered. The DJ frowned. Then every screen filled with my face. "Good evening, Riverside High," I said. "Tyler Hamilton, you promised. I fit the dress. I'm here." Silence. His champagne glass met marble. But before I hold you to that, I continued, meet the person who made the bet. Screen 1, messages planning my public breaking, dates, times, tactics. Screen 2, transfers, Bitcoin tied to December incident, an allowance with a gag clause. Screen 3, photos of 3 cars, 3 nights with donations that bought amnesia. Tyler Hamilton Jr. isn't just a bully, I said. He's an accomplice. He lunged for the soundboard. Marcus had already wrapped the room in a sandbox. The broadcast was invincible. And here's the part money couldn't erase. Amber's face appeared, smile braver than her scars. She's alive, I said, and she can't walk. Your father paid her family for silence while you kept a license. The room melted. Parents shouted. Some students sobbed. Everyone filmed exits, temporarily locked by a safety protocol. The police were en route. We had already delivered everything. Press, authorities, civil attorneys, distributed at once. No single plug to pull. I took the main staircase like it belonged to me. Tyler, I said, standing in a circle that used to be my gallows. You turned me into a spectacle. This is what public actually looks like. He fell to his knees. Sophie, please. My father. My family. Your family, I repeated, built an empire on victims like Amber. You bought silence. You bought justice. There's one thing you can't buy, the courage of someone with nothing left to lose. Sirens braided with string lights outside officers entered with purpose. I adjusted the dress, for me, not for him. By the way, I added, thank you for the motivation. These last weeks taught me I am stronger, smarter, and more capable than I ever allowed myself to believe. They walked him out through flashes and questions. I stayed in the center of the room, finally seen for what I always was. Not a punchline, a force. 6 months later, I stood in an MIT lecture hall on a full ride. I earned the long way. Technology isn't neutral, I told 300 future engineers. It amplifies who we choose to be. Use it to humiliate or use it to humanize. Marcus sat in the front row next to my mom, who had finally quit her 3rd job to chase her nursing degree. My book, Code of Revenge, wasn't about payback. It was about ethics, evidence, and power used correctly. As for Riverside, bullying didn't vanish, but the ecosystem changed. It's amazing what a school learns when it watches a lie meet a timestamp. Hamilton Motors collapsed under the weight of truth. Tyler Sr. found the only institution that took him seriously, the one with bars. Amber started a foundation for crash victims. We fund it every quarter. Tyler messaged me a lot. You ruined my life. I saved them. Not as trophies, as reminders. Words can bruise, but only if you let them live rent-free. I donated the red dress. It raised $75,000 for digital inclusion. I didn't need it anymore. Power isn't fabric, it's focus. Sometimes people ask if I wanted to destroy him. Truth, I didn't need to. Excellence made him irrelevant. A year after prom, I posted a photo from my dorm. Code on 2 screens, tea cooling beside a potted basil I can't keep alive. Caption, someone tried to convince me I didn't deserve to be here. They were right, I deserve more. If you've tasted public humiliation, hear me. Don't shrink to fit their story. Grow so tall they need a new lens to find you. Because the best revenge isn't becoming who hurt you, it's becoming what they can't. Music rises. Then quiet. Not applause, respect.